So welcome everyone. All the kids are ready? Yes. So I, NIDHI AHUJA, is going to explain you an important chapter of class 7 maths, that is triangles and its property. I heard that many students have doubt in this chapter, to its properties, right? So do not worry, all your doubts are came to an end today. So let's start. Ready everyone? Get ready with your notebooks and pens. First listen and then prepare your notes. Okay? So let's start. So the name of the chapter is triangles and its properties. So first we'll understand what is a triangle. You'll say, when I say triangle, I think this type of figure must have come to your mind. Yes, you are right dear. This is a triangle. Let us name it A, B and C. We have named this triangle, so now we can call it triangle ABC. So what is a triangle? You can say a triangle is a three-sided polygon. Now you must ask that what is a polygon? Do not worry, it's really simple. Polygon is a figure, or you can say a closed figure made up of line segments, right? So this is the smallest polygon because we need to have at least 3 sides to make a closed figure, right? So this is a triangle. Let us understand more about this triangle. So we can say a triangle, already I told you that it is a 3-sided figure. So of course, how many sides of this triangle? You'll say AB, BC and CA, right? These are the sides of a triangle. I know you know this much, but whenever we start, we should start from the basic, okay? Now we'll write down the angles. What are the angles? Of course, it has 3 angles, right? 3 angles of a triangle. We can name it as angle A, angle B and angle C. You can name it like this also, that this is angle CAB, this is angle ABC and this is angle BCA, right? This is also the right way, okay? Next is the vertices. It has 3 vertices. Vertices are the corners and we can see that there are 3 corners. This is 1, 2 and 3. So A, B and C are the 3 vertices of a triangle. I hope this much everybody understood. Very good. Let us go ahead. Now we are going to understand the different types of triangles, right? Do you remember all the types of triangles? Okay, no problem. If you didn't remember, we can understand, and if you remember, we can revise, right? So we can say the types of triangles depend on 2 things, right? That is, they are according to their sides and according to the angles, right? Okay, now according to the sides, if all the sides are of different measurement, we call it scalene triangle. And if the measurement of 2 sides are equal, we'll say isosceles triangle, right? And third is equilateral triangle. I hope with the name itself you can easily understand a triangle in which all sides are equal and even all angles are equal. That is why we can call it regular figure, right? Do you know regular figures? The regular figures are those which are having the equal measurement of side and equal angles, right? The measurement of the angles is or should be same. Next is, depending on the angles, we have acute, angled, triangle. By the name itself, we can easily find out if a triangle is having all the angles less than 90 degree, we can call it acute angle. Second is obtuse angle. Even obtuse angle triangle is that in which one of the angles should be greater than 90 degree. You should just keep this thing in your mind, one of the angle, not more than 1. You'll understand when I'll explain you the properties, you'll understand why only one angle should be more than 90, okay? Do not worry, have patience. Next is very important, right angle triangle. You should understand this also because it is going to help you in the coming up properties, right? So what is a right angle triangle? Again, by the name we can learn one of the angles should be 90 degree. We call it right angle triangle. So let us draw the figures and try to understand. So scalene triangle, in which we can say all the sides are different. Isosceles triangle, in which two sides are equal, and equilateral triangle, in which all sides are equal and even all angles are equal, right? So don't worry, I'll explain it more so you'll understand. Now acute angle triangle, in a triangle in which all the angles are less than 90 degree. Obtuse angle, one of the angles should be greater than 90 degree. Right angle triangle, one angle should be of measurement 90 degree, right? See, we have to understand it more, isosceles, equilateral and all these triangles. Do not worry, I'll explain it. I hope this much you understood. Very good. Now let us move forward. Let us understand the properties and the difference between the properties, right? Very important properties we should understand. Now what is the first property? Okay, before I go to the property, I want to explain you one more thing. What is that? That is the difference between median and altitude. It is given in your NCERT book, so you should also understand this, right? So what is the median? By the name itself you can understand the median, which divides it into two equal halves, which comes from the center. Altitude, we call altitude as perpendicular also. This is the other name for the altitude, that is perpendicular, right? And you know perpendicular, which makes the 90 degree angle, okay? So let us start. Now the next concept is of median and altitude. This is given in your NCERT and really important to understand. So what is the median? You can say, first I'll draw the figure and then I'll explain you what is the median. So median is a line segment which is joining the vertex of a triangle and the midpoint of the line segment opposite to that vertex, like this. So midpoint means this median divides the opposite side into two equal halves. This is called median, right? Next is altitude. Why I am explaining you side by side? Because you'll come to understand the difference between the two. And there is at one point you'll understand that they both are same also, right? Let's explain. Now next is the altitude. Altitude is a line segment again joining the vertex and the opposite side of the vertex and making 90 degree angle on the opposite line segment, right? So you can understand the difference between the median and the altitude. The main important point is to understand is altitude always makes a 90 degree angle with the opposite side, right? But it's not with the median, because median has to divide the opposite side into two equal halves, right? Let us understand more. If in case of isosceles triangle, as I have already explained you, isosceles triangle in which two sides are equal, and if you draw the median in the isosceles triangle, let's draw it. Again it is dividing it into equal half, and let us draw the altitude also in an isosceles triangle. You'll see that you can see the difference, right? Is there any difference? No. Why? Because in isosceles triangle the median and the altitude plays the same role, right? It is also making 90 degree angle and it is going to divide it into two equal halves. Similarly, it will also make the 90 degree angle and divide the opposite sides into two equal halves. Exactly. Now similarly we can say in equilateral triangle in which all the sides are equal, of course median and the altitude plays the same role. It again will draw the median from the opposite vertex, and here altitude from the opposite vertex. In both the cases you can see it again makes the 90-degree angle, and here also, because altitude has to make 90-degree angle, and divides. Now median is dividing into two equal halves the opposite side. Similarly, altitude is also dividing the opposite sides into two equal halves. So I hope you understood this concept clearly. First, what did I explain? I explained the median is a line segment joining the opposite vertex and dividing the opposite line into two equal halves, right? Altitude, again it is a line segment joining the vertex and the opposite side, but it should make 90-degree angle with it. What is the other name for the altitude? Is perpendicular. Okay, but in case of isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle, both are going to play the same role, median and the altitude. I hope you understood this concept. Very good. Now let us move towards another concept. Now the properties, right? Let us start, because many are having confusion in the properties, and don't worry, after explaining the concept, I'll make you prepare for the exams also. I'll take up the important questions for you. Don't worry. First, let me explain the concept, then we'll take up the questions, or you can send me the questions which you are not understanding. Just send me. I'm going to explain it here, right? In the message. Okay. So here the first property which I'm going to explain it to you, that is the exterior angle property, right? What is this exterior angle property? First we'll understand what is an exterior angle, right? By the name itself you can find out the exterior angle must be outside the triangle, right? Yes, you people are right. So let us make so this is called exterior angle of a triangle. But always remember, maybe you can say, ma'am, this also can we call it exterior angle? No, it is an exterior angle, but that property is not going to satisfy here. Why? Because for the exterior angle property, it should make a linear pair with one of the interior angle. Here you can easily find out it is not making linear pair. Do you remember linear pair? Linear pair means when a straight line is divided into two equal or not equal into two parts, right? That is linear pair. So it should make linear pair with the interior angle. So how we get the exterior angle? Three exterior angles I'll draw and explain you. Either you can get it like this, or you can get it like this. This is also exterior angle. Or you can get it like this. This is also exterior angle, right? Or you can get it like this. This is also exterior angle. So I hope you understood the exterior angle. Good. Now let us come to the property. What we call it? Just a minute, I'll explain it to you. So what we are going to understand? We are going to understand the exterior angle property of a triangle. Very easy, kids. It's really very easy. It's not just for the saying I'm telling you. It's really easy. Understand? I'll take a few questions for you. Okay? So what is this? Exterior angle property says that that exterior angle is equals to the sum of the two opposite interior angle. If you didn't get it like this, I'll make it easier for you. Just remember, the exterior angle is this one, right? Its neighbor is this interior angle, just leave it behind. And rest of the angles are these, so it is equal to their sum. For example, suppose this is angle A, this is angle B, and this is angle E, exterior angle, right? So what this property says? This said that angle E is equals to angle A plus angle B. So now let us understand it. So we can say exterior angle is equals to the sum of opposite two interior angles. Just remember, if this angle is C here, will not take up C. Why? Because it is sharing with this exterior angle. So we'll leave it as it is. The leftover angles we are going to take. I hope you understood. Now how the question used to come in this? The questions, they can give you one triangle, right? They'll give you the exterior angle. Suppose they give you 120 degree exterior angle. They give you one of the interior angles, say, we'll say 70 degree, and they ask you to find out the another interior angle. This is the one way. Or the question can also come like this. They'll give you the exterior angle. They ask you to find out the exterior angle, and they'll give you two interior angles, and they ask you, tell me the measurement of the exterior angle. Or the question may come like this. They'll give you the exterior angle, we'll say 130 degree, and they give you the questions, the interior angle, they'll give you the ratio, right? We'll take it as x and we can find out. So these are the questions which can come on the basis of this exterior angle property. I hope you understood, right? Now another property, again very important property. Kids, it's not that you need these properties for class 7 also. You have these properties in the higher classes also. So try to clear all your doubts. Just try to make your base stronger, right? Next property is angle sum property of a triangle. What it says? It says that the sum of all the three angles, you know there are three angles? Yes. They say that the sum of all the three angles should be equal to, if we say A, B, C, so all the three angles should be equal to, the sum should be 180 degree. It cannot be less, it should not be greater, because if there will be anything like that, the triangle will not be able to form. So always remember, if you add up all the three angles, it should come equal to 180 degree, right? This is called the angle sum property of a triangle. Such simple question. Now how the question used to come on this chapter, in this property? They'll give you one triangle, right? They give you one of the two angles they used to give it. Suppose 50 degree, here 40 degree, and they suppose 60 degree, and they ask you to find out the another angle, right? These type of question can come. Or the question can also come, they'll give you the ratio of the angle of the two angles, and they give you the third angle. Suppose they say A, B, C, angle C is say like 60 degree. They give you the ratio of the angle A and B, and you are supposed to find out the angles, right? So these type of question come in your exam. As I told you, I am going to take up with the questions. Do not worry. Whether the question is from RS, from RD, or from wherever you get the question and you have the confusion, do not worry. Feel free to ask the question. Just send your question in the message. I am definitely going to take up that question. Okay, so I hope you understood this property, right? Now let us come to another very important property, or you can say the theorem, that is Pythagoras Theorem. So what is this Pythagoras Theorem? Always remember that in your class 7, this theorem is applied to a right angle triangle. And what this Pythagoras Theorem says, I'll explain you. So let us take the Pythagoras Theorem. Right? What it says, this is the name of the mathematician who has given this theorem. Okay, and what he said that if there is a right angle triangle, as I explained you, right angle triangle, do you remember? One of the angles should be 90 degrees. Suppose we name it DEF. Now we have a triangle DEF. Before I take up this theorem, let me explain you about the right angle triangle, right? So one of the angles should be 90 degree, then only we call it as a right angle triangle. This also is a right angle triangle. So right angle triangle can be formed in any ways, but you have to remember that the angle, one of the angles should be 90 degree. Now what we say, we can say the side opposite to the 90 degree angle. Where is the 90 degree angle? Here, and the side opposite is this one, and this is called our hypotenuse. That is the longest side of a triangle, right? That is the longest side of a right angle triangle. And this is called our base, and this is our perpendicular, right? Because it is making 90-degree angle. So I hope you understood all the parts of a triangle, right angle triangle. Which is the longest side here? The longest side is DF. Base, you can take it either as EF or DE, and perpendicular either DE or EF, right? So I hope you understood. So I have just explained you about the right angle triangle. Now let us take up the property. What that mathematician said, he said that the hypotenuse, that the square of the hypotenuse, instead of writing hypotenuse, I'll write down the name of the side. That the square of the hypotenuse is equals to the sum of the squares of, sum means plus, sum of the squares of other two sides. Okay, so this is our Pythagoras theorem, or the property we can say. I hope you understood. Always remember what he used to say. He said that in a right angle triangle, the longest side, that is the hypotenuse square, is equals to the sum of the square of other two sides. I hope you understood this property as well, right? So if I ask you in this right angle triangle, suppose I give you a right angle triangle like this, I name it A, B, C. Can you tell me which is the hypotenuse here? Take your time. You're right. The hypotenuse is AC. Why? Because you simply see, just leave this vertex, that is of right angle, and rest of the two vertex makes the hypotenuse. As simple as that. I hope you understood all the concepts of the triangle, right? And feel free to ask the question. In next video, I'm going to take up some important questions of this chapter so that you'll have a quick revision for your exams. So take care, like it, subscribe it, and get ready for another concept. Bye bye. Take care.